everybody. It's your favorite uncle, Uncle Burnsy. We have on our hands, I think, the last final dredges of Citizen Sleeper 2 to tackle. I don't think this will be the last episode, but we have some things to talk about, I guess, with what happened in the last episode. Go check it out if you haven't already on the YouTube side of things. All of it under Uncle Burnsy. Like, subscribe, please, and follow on the Twitch side things too. We'll be having some more content coming soon. Let's get in here, shall we? Okay, so yeah, last time on Citizen Sleeper Z, we broke free of Laine. We are free. We have some, I guess you could say, just some final side missions to do before we go to finish the reboot. So my frame is basically just decaying more rapidly than if I was on the syringes or the stabilizers. There we go. So we have to do this. I think this is the final thing we do, but Bliss did say that we have time. Like, hey, even if I'm ready, you take your time. So we are going to take our time. We're going to kind of do some side missions here. Like, for instance, we still have Cadet's mission for investigating Hexport. We have, apparently there's a minor mission to revisit Oliveira and clearing out Utsubo. So let's get on to those today, shall we? So this is, oh yeah, and then we don't know whatever happened to Overseer, so Junie's gonna probably have something to do as well. So we got scrap components, process raw scrap. Don't think I have any raw scrap. Just scrap components. Got Solheim data too, and then scrap shift where you can get some more scrap. I'm not gonna waste time there. What else is here? Kenta's corner. Just buying a meal. That's nice. I think this is where, yeah, reboot prep. If you want to halt your frame's rapid decay. We don't know what happens after, but I think that's kind of like the final curtain call for this game. And here we go. So Inkita and those working with her have gathered and packed a lot of those materials, but they need moving out. We do have +2, or we can search the safe house. I'll put stuff on the +2 right here. All about cleaning this house. Subo collapsed while you were recovering, but its members and enforcers are still on Darkside. I see. Let's see what this can do right here. Nice. Just add the minimum neutral. Oh, just energy. New location discovered. Okay. Cool. Let's see what we got. Darkside exchange. Oh, cool. This is where we get some fuel and supplies. Why not? I got money. And supplies. There we go. Otherwise, I just have a 1. And that's what we're working on. I think that's it here. So let's go back to the rig. Let us rest. You can go for odd jobs, I guess. I keep forgetting we can... Oh yeah, I could get some energy. Let's try it. Let's harvest some mushrooms. Nope. Took my energy away. I think some of the things just been thinking about on... Ooh, got a glitch. I think that's from when I fixed it. Fixed myself up. That's fine. We can put that in here. Get rid of that. At least we got a good roll elsewhere. Starving, but I don't mind paying for food though. So if we go to Kenta's corner, we can pay for a meal. Yeah, but we defeated Laine. Apparently, like, Overseer just made like this nice spear of light and threw it at Laine, and I guess Laine died. Like, he overloaded. Oh yeah, and then Junie's gonna have her side stuff. Where actually, I think, yeah, Hexport remains, so this is a contract. We will do that. See what we can get in today's episode, but I kind of want to do this one since we already started. Let's do this because I have all the good things here. We can put the 6 over here. I don't think it really matters which one we do. This 5 can go here to be a full positive. And we can just try to see if we can get a positive with this final one. Nope. Got it. I got the bread. Let's get a meal. But yeah, just basically tying up loose ends here today. Hopefully. I'm not sure what we'll be able to get in like this hour and some change, but let's see. Let us see. Oh, and then Junie should be done. Junie knocks gently on the frame of the berth's doorway. Sleeper, can I show you something? There's an excitement in her eyes that makes it impossible to say no. And we're here, the Hat Pet. Junie talks most of the way down into the Hat Pet facility, which is no short journey. She explains the scale of the data hidden within the station's mainframe, but also the issues with extracting it. When the Hat Pet was first built on, first expanded, when it became Darkside after the collapse, no one gave much thought to preserving the existing network architecture. She guides you through the substructure, picking a route through the maze of shuttered passages. They sighted their tech directly into the existing system, so now thousands of cycles later, the two networks are totally enmeshed, dependent on each other. Junie takes a series of sudden turns, and you realize this is a very familiar route to her now. Messing with the Solheim network means messing with the systems that keep this city going. As she leads you down a long corridor, one you recognize as leading directly to the core. Just let her explain. This meshing is not a good thing, she shakes her head. It makes Darkside brittle, fragile even. This place is on more of a knife's edge than anyone would believe. You look around. Certainly, the underside you are now traveling through looks cycles away from collapse. But all the data we've been extracting, that I've been archiving, as she continues, it could help us here. It could help us clean up the HabPep systems, and we could turn this place into an archive so that others could come to learn more about the ruins Solheim left us. What is in all this data? Anything you can imagine, everything from corporate message records to blueprints and maps. It's too much for me to process or understand, but thanks to our visit to the bunker, I have a plan and something that will help me. You arrive at the doors to the mainframe and Junie suddenly stops. I spoke to Bliss. They told me. She pauses. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you have a lot to deal with right now. Don't worry. She smiles weakly. I'll do my best. She hits a button and the door hissed open. You both glide into the mainframe. Its columns studded with the blinking lights of active traffic. I got the idea from you, actually. Well, from you and Overseer. As Junie glides over to the mainframe. You look at the mainframe and you see now that it is surrounded by new terminals and wiring, some kind of external access network Junie has set up. I've had to beg, borrow, and steal to get this going, but now we have safe access into the network. It's low risk. She moves over to one of the terminals. It's not quite finished, though. It's the steel part right there. You recall the last time you were here. Laine, Overseer, the Spear of White Light, and then nothing. You wonder where Overseer is now, if they are anywhere at all. You remember how it felt, being dissolved into the network. The vertiginous possibility of life without a body. Something flickers through the lights, a shimmer of movement, like a fish beneath water. Sleeper? Junie breaks her train of thought. Are you listening? I was saying I need more data to finish preparing. I know, we've already extracted so much, but there's often so little of it that's usable among the bit rot and corruption. Where from? Hillian Gate is the place to get data. Apart from here, this is the biggest pre-collapse facility in the belt, and its hostile conditions means a lot of it is untouched. If it's too much before your reboot, I get it. I just want to do something with everything we've managed to grab from the bunker and the wrecks. We've pulled it from the dark. Let's expose it to the light. Junie turns back to you, to face you. Well, this is what I wanted to show you. She looks away. It's very impressive. It will be when it's finished, she smiles. Thank you. She turns back to the terminal, and before long, she's fully engrossed. You imagine she barely even remembers you were here. You leave Junie to her preparations and start your ascent to the streets of Darkside. Thoughts of Overseer flickering in the back of your mind. Ooh. So that drive for Junie is a minor one. Bring Solheim data to the HabPep. Okay, I think, how many do we need? Because I have some on me. Where's the HabPep? 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 Darkside Exchange, no. That's the safe house, that's the Flicker Row. Kenta's Corner. Yeah, HabPep, there we go. So we need 6 total. Okay. I have 2. So we can get more. But we can work on that after we finish clearing. Actually, I think what we should do, we're going to clear out the Utsubo, and then we're going to work on a major one, if not at least get 2 minors, because we have like 3 minor stuff, 2 major stuff. So Hexport is on this one, so we'll see. We'll see which one we want to do first. Let's finish up safe house and get a we should be able to get a whatchamacallit though. Another upgrade. Let's continue. You watch as the last stack of crates is guided up and out of the cavernous Utsubo safe house. You doubt it will be long before this space is filled. Darkseid will not tolerate a vacuum for long. This city takes every opportunity. Its inhabitants build in every crack and crevice. As Utsubo spaces are cleared, they will be occupied. The gang's legacy will be buried under factories, kitchens, markets, and housing. But the people will remember the cold and desperate grip they once held on this place, even if the city does not. Come to gloat. The voice takes you by surprise, and you turn to see Orin, floating in the shadows, arms folded. He drifts forward into the pool of yellow light. You overthrew a tyrant. You should be pleased with yourself. His tone is flat, and you are unsure how to read this statement. It wasn't just me. Many people did this, I suppose, as Orin eyes you. But from what I heard, you burnt those pale eyes out of his skull. He smiles a thin smile. I imagine it was quite the sight. You don't recall the moment of Laine's death. In fact, the abstract nature of that moment, almost dreamlike, almost means you had almost forgotten. You tense a little as his scream comes back to you, a screech of white noise bathed in white light. Orin is still watching you. He almost would have respected you for actually doing it. Orin inspects his knuckles, if he could have respected a creature like you. What do you want? He grins, just to satisfy my curiosity. I came here to clear out the old disease, just like you, as he gestures to the space. Utsubo had to go, and I came here to be part of that process. You can't burn everyone you don't like out of this place, I'm afraid. As he folds his arms, this is our home, whether you like it or not. I didn't like Laine. It's hard to imagine anyone did. He saw Darkseid for the opportunity it was, and woke Utsubo from its slumber. He turned a gang into an administration and a city into a machine. He was too erratic for my taste. Perhaps, but he held this place, shaped it into something. I see that you have no intention of doing the same. So what will happen now? Orin meets your eye. You have created a space that must be filled. Will you take responsibility for that at least? The people will decide. Oh, will they? I can see that. I can see that you don't know the first thing about Darkseid and its people. The people decided on Utsubo. You changed that. Now you want them to pick something else? They are opportunists. All of them. They will choose for their own benefit only. In the end, I should thank you. This city was done with Laine. He gives you a nod. And I will be honest enough to admit that you did what I didn't. But never forget that you were an outsider here, and Darkseid hates outsiders. Before you can respond, Orin kicks off and glides up towards the upper levels of the safe house, leaving you alone in the empty space. Though you do not put weight into his words, they still sting. Perhaps you think there is something to them. Who are you to decide the future of a city when your own future is falling apart each cycle? Is your decline a spiral that can trap others in its wake, or a necessary transition, the crisis before a new shape emerges? You hug your arms close to your side, suddenly cold in the stripped bare safe house, and ascend once more. Oof. I will take that, because now we have a point and we're going to put in intuition. There we go. Nice. So that's done. We cleared out the warehouse. That's one minor thing done. I think, especially with like these 3 dice, we need to get Solheim data, but I would like to work. Actually, where is Solheim in the grand scheme of things here? Or not Solheim. Where is the Helion Gate? Oh yeah, it's right there. I think we should work on the minor stuff. Danger. Yeah. We're gonna go to Helion Gate. Let's work on Junie's stuff. Go get her some Solheim data. You feel it the moment you wake, a flicker at the edge of your perception, a sensation beyond your body. A blinking, a tugging, and then numbness as something shuts off within you. The panic is instant, the feeling of something not being right within you spiking your fear. But no pain comes, you feel no further shifts. And as time stretches out, you settle again. You calm yourself. You know immediately that this is what Bliss was referring to. Your frame's decline, the one the reboot should reverse. You flex a little, feel your body, try to ground yourself in it. It will not collapse this cycle, but something has changed. This is how it will be until the reboot. You hope you have long enough to finish what you must. You begin the cycle slowly, holding the pieces of yourself together. You try not to let your thoughts wander to darker things and fix your eyes on the tasks ahead. The belt drifts past the window, following a flow of its own, expanding, collapsing, shifting it its own way. People say it is drifting away, getting further from Hylian's star, that one day it will drift out of the system altogether into interstellar space. You find a strange solace in that. Somehow knowing that entropy is the way of the universe makes your own decline palatable, at least for a little longer. Sheesh. You have gained a permanent glitch. Okay. Permanent glitch is represented in red and will not be expended when rolling a glitched dice. You now have a chance of rolling a glitched dice every cycle. This cannot be fixed. Dang. Until the reboot. I mean, I know where I can put that data though. Is it the fuel barge? No, it's where do we get the data from? Is it the gate structure? Yeah, data scraping, here we go. Cut away scrap. Yeah. Now we got a permanent glitch. Ain't that something? Okay, not too bad. We're at 5. We just need one more. Come on, good roll. Dang. Your boy's starving. I will go and eat some food, though. I have enough supply for that one. The rig galley. Make a meal. There we go. We don't starve around here. Not on this ship. Let's just use this last one and get some more data. This should be enough for Junie. I wonder what we're gonna get. Let's go to the map. Let's head on back to Dark Side. At least they're not putting like a big timer before the end of the game, I guess. Ah, there's my glitch. I mean, that's fine. It's not like I'm not gonna use it. Hap Pep. All right, Junie, here's your data. You've been waiting for what feels like a long time. Junie insists you can't help, so you find yourself floating in the baking heat of the Hap Pep mainframe while she taps away at her terminal. As you do, you can't help but shake the feeling of a presence nearby, one that you are coming to understand as some remnant of Overseer. You don't know if Overseer was ever really a person, but now with their many cells combined and dispersed, their consciousness expanding to fill the vast space of the Hap Pep and its networks, they sure aren't even close to human anymore. You think of them as ghosts, but perhaps now they are better understood as something less mournful, as a system, a process, a thing becoming. The entire station is their body. You can't help but wonder how that feels. And we are ready. Junie hits a key on her terminal with percussive force. It'll take a little while, but she'll be online in a few moments. She looks flushed with excitement. She? Weren't you listening last time? She squints at you. Don't tell me you drifted off. I was thinking about Overseer. Then you don't know. She suddenly looks concerned. A voice screeches out of the terminals. It descends in pitch from a squeal to speaking. Then, below the mainframe, a flickering projection appears, first as lines and then as a solid light. Welcome, visitors. Warden flickers and warps. I am the Warden. Please provide. The image jerks and freezes, then blinks out. Ah, Warden. Ah, shit. She taps at her terminal. Just need to reconfigure her for the Hap Pep environment. The Warden? Seriously? What? Junie doesn't look up from the terminal. I told you last time we need a way to process and understand all this data. Warden is perfect. This better not blow up in our faces. It won't. Junie glances over her shoulder. I've taken precautions. She can't hurt us. The technician is right. Warden's clipped voice echoes through the cavernous mainframe bay. My protocol is operating under safe mode limitations. Warden's blind eyes stare out over your head. Do not be concerned, Officer Dahl. Sorry, I'll fix that, she chuckles. What about the archive? Warden is our archive. She can sort the data, act as an interface, answer queries from anyone who visits. Come on, you have to admit this is pretty cool. You look at the statuesque figure of Warden, once at the heart of Solheim's intelligence gathering operations across the belt. Could such a tool of corporate oversight ever be used for something good? Look, watch this. Junie turns to Warden. Warden, provide the last known location of every Solheim vessel above Riker class in the Starward belt. Immediately, technician. Warden draws a circle with a pointed finger and expands, filling with bright specks. At first hundreds and then thousands, a constellation of sights. See? This is our future, built on the foundation of our past. These tools are ours now. You look at the arc of specks. The points of light describing the shape of a long-dead corporation's power. This is incredible. Junie smiles. It is. People need to know what this city, this system, is built on. Warden can do that, expose that. It will be up to us to reshape the ruins into something new. I knew when I saw her that I couldn't leave her there, alone in the dark. I've been in that dark pit, and I won't condemn another being to it. She looks at the placid Warden. Human or not, how we treat her is a test of our own values, of the world we project. Data is not a currency. It is not a commodity. It is the immaterial output of a system, a structure, a society. Junie meets your eye. This will be a place to uncover that system for ourselves. She looks around at the chaotic trailing wires and the floating terminals. Once I've cleared up a bit. You and Junie spend a little longer in the mainframe, sorting cables and offering Warden casual queries. Not all of them return useful information, and Junie begins listing out the changes she will need to make. After a while, you both find yourself tiring, heads aching with all the fresh information you have crammed into them, so you close up the core and ascend back through the layers of the facility to Darkside's surface. As you do, you feel the history of each strata, the layers that make up this place, and the belt beyond. Now, more than ever, it feels tangible to you, as if it contains not only the past, but the promise of the future as well. Nice. Got an upgrade point. I would not use it on this side yet. I would actually just wait until I can get this final upgrade here. Don't know if there's an achievement for it, but hey. Looks like we got 2 more cycles before Bliss is ready, which I don't think it's like a timer and like, oh, we're done, but let me see what we got. We have investigating the Hexport and revisiting Olivera. Let's go do Olivera. It's another minor one. We might be able to actually finish this up all today. We'll see. Let us... Oh, wait, hold up. I need fuel. That's what I need. Get that at the exchange, because money is not a problem anymore. We need to go to Olivera. Where is Olivera? Yeah, it's over that way. Have to get to the hollow and then there. All right. Oh, look at my glitch. Debris dealers. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's nothing really new here. Cool. Let's get to Olivera. Stop. Ooh, stop. A shadowed figure meets you in the docking tunnel. No saboteurs allowed. I can't get over this whole stance for him. Hey kid, Seraphim glides forward and ruffles the figure's hair. Still playing sheriff? Nah, just bored. Xander grins. What are you two doing here? He glides alongside you and Seraphim as you drift through the tunnel. None of your business. Seraphim pushes past. No offense, kid, but you aren't actually the sheriff around here. You pass through the familiar doors and back into Olivera. A surprising pleasant feeling. Oddly, like coming home. You came! Cadence is there in the docking concourse, waiting to meet you. I'm impressed. Seraphim's face immediately erupts into an uncontainable smile. Cadence, he turns to you. You two remember each other, right? Sleep or save the colony. Cadence's deadpan answer seems intended to cover for Seraphim's awkwardness. Yeah, I remember them. The 4 of you descended down through the docking tower together and into Olivera itself. The colony looks much the same as when you left, though you pick up from Cadence that changes are coming. Carmen's back with a vengeance since Darkside. He's all about expanding and improving the colony, which is why I asked you to come, Sarah. The nickname slips out, but both Cadence and Seraphim clock it and glance at you. Oh lord, y'all could be a thing, it's okay. As you reach the core of the colony, you see the increased activity. There are more colonists than you remember. They move back and forth with purpose, carrying crates and tools, and chatter less than usual. We need all the help we can get to sort the place out. Cadence notices you watching the stream of freight and people. Carmen wants to do some kind of event, an anniversary, I think. Honor the founders and all that. Gonna be a big party. Xander grins. Can't wait. So, Cadence looks between you and Seraphim. What do you think? Up for some colony-mandated manual labor? She grins. Seraphim gives you a sideways glance, observing your response carefully. How could you say no? Bliss has been in touch, Sleeper. Seraphim turns and looks over his shoulder as soon as you enter the cockpit. He is sitting in the pilot's seat, running diagnostics on the console. They say they are ready. They are ready for the reboot. Did they say anything else? You know Bliss. Seraphim rolls his eyes a little. They worry. He turns fully in his seat. How are you feeling? Not bad. I know the reboot needs to happen. Seraphim speaks slowly, carefully. And I know the risks. I can see all that. But I also know what happened last time. And I don't want you to forget again, to lose all of this. He gestures around the cockpit. Everything we've done. Neither do I. He nods silently, unsure of what to add. That is scary, though. Really is scary if you do forget again. I'm not trying to scare you. I needed to say that. If the reboot doesn't go how we want, I'll miss you. I'll miss all of this. I will too. If you remember, he laughs shakily at his own joke. He turns back to his pilot console. Whenever you are ready, we can go to Flicker Row, to Bliss. Seraphim pokes at the console in front of him. If you have things you want to wrap up first, I understand. I would too. Here. Seraphim tosses the object across the cockpit and you catch it out in the air. Take that with you when you go to Bliss. It's good luck. You open your hand and you see a familiar metal disc, a coin. Its engraving rubbed away to little more than vague shapes and signs. Tala gave it to me. Now it's yours. You can't run from this forever, all right? He glances over his shoulder and smiles. We've done enough running anyway. Turns back to the console and returns to diagnostics. You leave the cockpit and you run a hand along the ribbed metal wall of the passage outside. Is it really possible that you could forget all of this? All these layers of memory, of experience? Perhaps you can put it off a little longer. Take another tour around the belt, tie up loose ends, or perhaps you've had enough of that. Why try to escape the inevitable? You try to recall how it felt when you awoke after Laine interrupted the first reboot. Even that is fading into a hazy memory, told by an unreliable narrator. Maybe this is just the next step then, one of the thousands that put you here and the first of the thousands more that will take you onward. You come out of your thoughts, still unsure, still aware that the decision of when to take that step ultimately rests with you. Hey, what's this? Ah, his coin. Who knows what will happen? So we're here to help. Now, all these things. Okay, so let's get to work. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. The stack ship. Oh, engage is my worst one. And endure. Okay. So the worst one would be this one? Oh, they're all the same. Let's just start working. I think you can work at... I think you could just work at whichever one. Oh, yeah, cool. I'd rather work at the one that's not gonna take away a lot of my energy. Ooh, we got some energy back, too. Okay. Nice, okay. I've always wanted to kind of see this. I'm curious. Ooh, negative outcome, but we still get something though, so. I just wonder what's gonna happen at the end of it all, you know? Let's end the cycle. Got the glitch. Let us go and explore. Really don't have to really do much here. Yeah, we ain't doing that one. Anywhere we could get a +2. Oh, I wish I could do a push, but I can't. Full positive. Love to see it. But man, this has been a good journey here so far. I mean, if this is kind of like gearing up to get towards the end here, you know? So, oh my gosh, did not see the stress there. Interesting. Probably get a negative. Could get a positive. Ah, negative again. Oh, I know why. I probably took stress because I didn't eat. That's a canteen visit. I think for this one we'll get another point. And then we will then we just got to do the Hexport one, finish the reboot. And then the reboot will be the final thing, right? So let's go to the rig. And the cycle. Ooh, good rolls, good rolls. That's what we need here. I could use that, but I think if I stay at the scrap silo, I believe we get energy back on the positive. So, yep, yeah, we get positive. Yeah. I'm gonna need this glitch dice to do some work, though. Come on. Actually, no, negative should actually complete this. Let's see what we get. The past cycles in Oliveira have been busy. It was really just one. Enough to take your mind off most things. All the heavy lifting and manual work has been a welcome distraction from the looming specter of the second reboot, and the good mood of the others has been infectious. Seraphim has been almost annoyingly upbeat. His relationship with Cadence the worst kept secret in the colony, but working alongside them, it's hard to ignore their deep feelings for each other. Xander has been happy because he has something new to rib Cadence about, and Seraphim, with his self-serious manner, is an easy target for pranks and teasing. Xander also hasn't been able to stop talking about the party, which he already seems to have decided will be one of the highlights of his youth. But now, finally, the cycle of the party has arrived. The canteen is done up with hanging light strips, waving gently in the asteroid's microgravity. The strips themselves, salvaged from the emergency lighting of wrecked starships. With the work stopped and all the colonists yet to arrive, you find the reboot, filling your mind once again, growing like a shadow. Something on your mind there? The voice takes you by surprise. You turn to see a colonist you haven't met before. An older man in some sort of supportive chair. His hair shot through with gray and his face sallow. Pragmatic elder. Oh, man. Is he blind? Didn't mean to startle you. My apologies. His pale eyes scan you. It just seemed like you might need some company. There's a strange look in his eyes that you can't quite place. He is looking at you like you have met many times before, but you have never seen him before in your life. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? He gestures to the canteen with its hanging lights, his chair propelling him forward with little puffs of air. The young people did such a good job. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. This is the dude from the first game that got the colonists out, I believe, at the tail end of the game. Young people did such a good job. Warms my heart to see it like this. Never thought this rock could ever be a home. He looks sideways at you. Have we met? Us? He shakes his head. No. Sorry if I'm being a bit too familiar. He coughs a few shallow coughs. Just, you remind me of someone who did a lot for me. But let's not chat about me. I want to know about you. He turns his chair a little. What's eating you? The way you were staring at those light strips, it was like you were about to leap down. It was like they were about to leap down and strangle you. His chuckle becomes a cough. I'm afraid of the future. I can see that. I am myself most days, he sighs. After a certain point, you realize it isn't going to get better, so all you have to wait for is things getting worse. This body of mine is on a downward trajectory, that's for sure, but it's mine, and I've grown into it, and I guess, in the end, I like it because it's mine. And it'll carry me all the way to the end, and then go on and become something else entirely. I don't know why, but that thought always helps me. He coughs 3 times, hard, like gunshots. The colonist squints at you. Sorry, I'm not good at reassuring people, I just remembered that. But I do like chatting. He looks back at the light strips. Really lovely, isn't it? Just beautiful. I think that's him. They actually made it out. Because I remember he left before at the end of the first game. I forgot his name. You look back at the light strips now as the hum of people arriving filters into the canteen. There is something in the air, anticipation, the sense of a rare moment passing through, something to hold on to and then let go. The light strips really are beautiful. When you turn back to the old colonist to agree with him, he is already gone. Hey, sleeper! Seraphim pushes through the now gathering crowd towards you. Got you a drink. He offers a pouch of some amber liquid. Hey, Cadence comes up alongside you and hugs you with one arm. I wondered where you were hiding. She smiles warmly at you with her infectious smile. You think about mentioning the old colonist to her, asking her about him, but Seraphim hushes the two of you. Carmen is about to start. You follow Seraphim's eyes to the front of the canteen where, above the heads of the now quite large crowd of colonists, Carmen floats, surveying the room. We meet this cycle. Carmen begins, his voice loud but clipped, formal in a way you haven't heard before. To remember those founders of this colony, those lost and still with us. I will never forget the distress call that brought me here, to the wreck of the Pilgrim Seed. I will never forget the scenes that greeted me, and I know some of you were there too. A rumble of acknowledgement moves through the crowd. But I also know that many of you weren't. That many of you came here to take refuge from other troubles, and I would like you to be able to remember too. You glance at Cadence, her eyes fixed with incredible intensity on Cartman. They look wet in the glow of the light strips. There were thousands of refugees on the Pilgrim Seed, and too many, far too many were lost. Those from Ember's Step, Ember's Song, Ember's Hearth. Those from the Three Sisters, from Erlin's Eye. Dang. So that's where they came from. So they basically made it out. Wow. It warms my heart that the other sleeper probably couldn't get to see this, but it warms my heart nonetheless. Many are not here in Oliveira any longer, taking their own paths across the belt and beyond, but we acknowledge them all, remembering them all, lost and found, present and absent, because without them there would be no colony here. Before the wreck, Oliveira was a handful of buried bays, a scrapper hideout, a place for old and tired mercenaries like me to hide themselves from the universe and forget what they had done. But when the Pilgrim Seed was wrecked, it brought the universe back to Oliveira, and I could not hide any longer. Cartman stares out across the crowd with a hard glare. We built this canteen from the Pilgrim Seed. We built our homes, our farms, our refinery. We built our independence from their failed hope. A rustle of discomfort goes through the crowd. Cartman pauses to let this settle. We should not be ashamed or afraid of this. We will remember this gift. We will build on it. This cycle and every cycle after. We will thank them with our actions. The crowd mutters agreement. And then Cartman takes a deep breath and straightens up. A weight seems lifted from him, the weight of testimony. Now, here in this room, with you, I will thank them with my laughter. A cheer goes up. I will thank them with my joy, with my celebration. Another roar of approval. We will all thank them as loudly and as chaotically as we can. The room erupts into cheers and applause. Let's join in, shall we? You cheer and applaud too. You whoop and Seraphine laughs nearby. Then you feel a pair of hands on your arm, Cadence pulling at you, grinning and crying. And you feel another hand on your other arm, Seraphine dragging you into the crowd. Suddenly, you are in the thick of the crowd, so many bodies in one room, dancing and spinning and shouting. It is like nothing you have ever seen. You notice the rest of the crew in the melee, a flash of a familiar face here and there among the mass of colonists. You see Xander being thrown up in the air by a group of different kids of different ages, laughing madly as he bounces off the ceiling. And for the rest of this cycle, you think about nothing else but the joy of those around you and the joy it instills in you. Community. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, what? You wake up in your berth, the same light that always shines on the belt shining incessantly through the window. You are slow to rise, slow to begin this fresh cycle. At some point, Seraphine arrives back onto the rig, with no indication of whether he slept or not. You find him in the cockpit, leaning in the pilot's chair, looking out at the lights of Oliveira, and smiling. Good party, he chuckles. Not sure I've seen anything like it. Same. He laughs again. You really let it all go, huh? He shakes his head. I love to see it. He yawns and stretches. So, he sniffs. Oliveira's all fixed up, colonists are happy, blah, blah, blah. Where to now? Don't you want to stay? Here? Still a bit too much of a backwater for my taste, he grins. Cadence understands. Don't worry. Seraphine pauses a moment, something passing over him that makes him shiver. I heard from Tala. Wellspring is still in transition, but the Union Council is taking over. Kurt got what he wanted. The blockade will come down soon, but I'm not sure I'm ready to revisit that place yet. He looks at you and smiles. When I come back to Tala, I want to have something to show for myself, you know? I get it. Family. He shrugs. Maybe once the reboot is done, once the blockade is down, maybe we can visit then. He takes a breath. We'll get there. Some cycle soon. You aren't sure if Seraphine is trying to convince you or himself. He stretches, shaking off his feelings. For now, though, the belt is ours to explore. Oliveira has filled our fuel tank, so it really is up to you where we go. He gets up. While you are deciding, I'm going to go dig up some breakfast. And he glides out of the cockpit. You take a moment to look out across the tiny lights of Oliveira, dwarfed by the crater and the wreck that sits at its far end. Not bad at all, you think. Hey, discover the origin of Oliveira, which was based off of the colony that we helped at the tail end of the last game. Love to see it. And I think we should go and do Hexport, because there ain't nothing else here. Map. I think that blockade is still up, yeah. Holmes Rock, Flotsam, Far Spindle, Helion Gate. I I do kind of want to fly around, see if there's anything new, but I highly doubt it. Uh-huh. And I know there's nothing new here. Let's see what's at the Greenbelt. What is at Greenbelt? I believe they have fuel, though. Yeah, nothing new. We just know they have a depot. Fill up the fuel. The wheat sheaf. Buy a meal. Actually, I will buy a meal for old time's sake. Okay, nah, nothing here. I think we're gonna be getting all of this, the same stuff all around, besides just visiting everything. Flotsam. Let's head back to Darkside and let's help Cadet with the Hexport. I think this will be a nice little action-packed episode. Might be the final one, we'll see. And what else we got here? Darkside Exchange, Flicker Road, that's where we gotta go for the final bit, but we're not ready yet. So let's go to the map. We're gonna go take care of the contract with Cadet. Actually, before we do that, how many supplies we got? Okay. I don't think, was it 5 down and 5 back? Okay, we should be okay. Got Cadet here. I also forgot about Eugen's story with the ship and stuff like that. I wonder if there's still more to come. I hope so. So she helps with, I forget what this, oh, this is Engage. Engage in that. This is, I'm an expert at this. I just can't do Engage. Do we need Junie? Or do we need Flint? At least Nia's okay. She helps boost in the intuition department, but cannot help anywhere else. I do want someone that's not a plus. You're also an engineer. I don't know what this is. A lot of stress. I'll take Flint. We'll make it work. We will make it work. All right, let's do this. Another flicker in the dark before waking, and a numbness that follows soon after. You wake slowly and stare out at the flickering stars and the distant rocks of the belt. You let the thoughts of fear or panic wash over you. They pass like the soft dust of the belt, disappearing into darkness. You find yourself once more, as you do every morning, as you will continue to do, cycle after cycle, until you can't. You wonder what part of you has changed, what system is failing. Your frame is silent, its complaints only felt in ambiguous sensations. The glitches seem random, unpredictable, but also inevitable. They will only increase in number until you reboot yourself. But you do not know what lies beyond that. At least the glitches are dependently familiar. The reboot is anything but. Oh, not 2 permanent glitches. As the rig drew closer to Hexport, the crew became silent. Now staring out at what is left of what was once a thriving station, you feel empty. The full extent of the damage is impossible to ignore. Grim, Seraphim shakes his head. Doesn't feel like we were here that long ago. And now, this is what's left. You look at the clouds of scattered debris, the layers of the station torn open to the void. It is a reminder of how close the war and the unseen atrocities of the inner system are to shifting into the belt. I don't like digging around a place like this, as he turns to you. Let's be quick about it. Agreed. We'll be fast. He nods. I'm here if you need me. You head to the airlock to suit up and get ready. You ready for this? Cadet catches up with you in the passageway. This place is already giving me a creeps. I'm ready. As Cadet nods, if there are answers to be found, we'll find them. Keep your eyes on the shadows. Flint is getting suited up in the airlock. We can't rule out scavengers and grave robbers, and they won't react well to visitors. Cadet takes a suit from the locker. Seraphim said the radiation is lower than expected, but still too high for prolonged exposure. The suit should keep most of it off of us, but we can't take long out here. The stress on the suits and the rig, she sighs, we'll be forced to leave in 3 cycles. As she grabs the helmet, not a moment more. You get ready too, your mind filled with memories of Hexport. You hope they will help you navigate this shattered ruin, but looking at what's left, you doubt it. Okay, oof. Wow. Okay, so we have, okay, he can help here. So she has a 6, but she can't really help. We'll hold on to this. I will use your 4 here. I don't know about your 2. Your 2 is going to be a 50-50. Yeah, let's use a 5. That will make it a 6. This will make it a 5. We're not going to use that glitch. Screw that. We are good. Nice. And I can use a push on this one to make it a 6. You hear that, sleeper? Cadet stops among debris, just outside the ruin exchange. The search so far has been thankless, a grim slog through endless debris. You are glad of the break. You stop, floating in the dark, and listen. There is a hissing on the open comm channel, a hissing you've grown used to. Now that you listen to it again, though, you notice something else in the noise. There is something different to it now, a texture, a modulation of tone. Is that? A voice. Someone is speaking. Her eyes look wide through the faceplate of her suit. You listen carefully, and yes, perhaps there is a voice there, though it is quiet and distant. It could be a person speaking, or it could be some residual signal from an automated system, one that is slowly dying in this wasteland. You see Cadet moving around, testing the signal strength from different positions. It's coming from the directions of the docks. Her voice hisses through the comms, layering over the broadcast. A survivor? She meets your eyes, both of you hoping this might be true. It's probably just a comms echo. Seraphine's voice cuts in over the comms. We can't go chasing ghosts, not with so little time left. The rig can't sit out here getting cooked by radiation, and neither can you. His voice distorts and shifts. You should move to the epicenter where Factory used to be. That's where all this went down. She looks at you, and you know she wants to chase the signal to the docks. She wants there to be someone there calling out to you. You look over towards the remains of Factory Row, the epicenter as Seraphine called it. It is now a cloud of debris and fragments of bays. A shadow of what it once was. For the first time in a long while, you think of Karsten. You look back at what remains of the docks, a few warning lights and the system still flickering away in the ruins. With not much time left here, you have a choice about where to focus your efforts. Ooh, so we can't do both, basically. Okay. I feel like we can get through it. I like how she's not helpful in anything. She's not helpful in anything. Flint can help, but not much. Wonder what we can do here. Okay, she can help here. I'm thinking I'll put her 6 here, because it actually does something. We'll do that. I'm going to do a push on mine. What I don't know is if I want to do this or if I want to split my time between the two. Dark trails. Ghostly broadcast came from the docks. Is someone hiding out here? Interesting. I think since we already started, let's just push on one. And hopefully we'll have time to do the other. And I think we can risk Flint's on the other one. Yeah. I can risk it for the biscuits. It's gonna suck for him, but should be okay. Ooh, nice. I'll take that. Now for Cadet and her 1. The danger means she'll take on 2 stress. And I think at neutral, I think she'll still take a stress. I don't know if that's worth it. But every dice counts right now, dang it. Do some work, Cadet. Nope. Okay. To the rig. That means I'm about to have 2 glitched dice and I hate it already. Yay. I'm very limited, y'all. Okay, so Flint has a 3 and a 4. Cadet has a 2 and a 3. I'm thinking of just putting Flint stuff over here and just letting them do their thing out here. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, because it's not like Flint can help out here. Yeah, I need your dice to do stuff because I don't have much. Good, that's good. Map exploration. I might as well. We're further along down this one, so that will make it a 5. We might be able. Nope. Okay, not this time. have a guaranteed one here. All right, cadet. I need you. I need you for this one time. Come on. Yes. Good. You float in the pieces of what was once Factory Row. There is little way to say what these pieces once were, scattered and scorched as they are. You cannot assemble them back into that place in your mind, and the longer you have searched here, the more that this broken place has weakened your memory of when it was whole. But you have managed to put something together here, part of the story of Hexport's final moments. That story is told in the blast marks on the exterior plates, the patterns of debris, the materials and makeup of the station's remains. Beyond that, one other thing is remarkable. There aren't any bodies. Seems that Hexport had some warning. The lack of docked ships, the lack of mass casualties. Though the explosion surely killed many, it all suggests a station that had time to react, to at least evacuate in part. And then there's the blast, an explosion that the evidence points to as coming from the outside of the station. It is hard to tell, as so much secondary damage was caused by debris and shrapnel, but the pattern is there if you look. Something catches your eye, and you look over to see Cadet arriving alongside you, studying the debris. Same as you. Ooh, -1 stress, nice. The pieces come together, a moment of warning, an evacuation, then an external attack. The first causes the second. You know the drone mine was here, being scraped for code and data, screaming for it to stop, and then something happened, something that its captors could not control. There was a crisis. Rapid, panicked, and Hexport was killed for their crimes. It was a cover-up, wasn't it? Cadet has been watching you think through the evidence, and you see the flash of recognition in her eyes. They wanted to hide what had happened here, what they were doing. It had to be Senatstad. Who else would sacrifice a station to remain hidden? You can see the anger in her eyes. The theory is hard to refute. They brought the drone mine here to study, to scrape, to gain any advantage from, and when something went wrong, Hexport paid the price. The logic is cruel and cold, the kind that the vacuum of the Hellion system allows. You find no comfort in knowing the truth. So, well, this one's risky here. I mean, might as well use all the dice I got here. Nope, just 1 stress. Okay, I don't like that. I'll take the 1 stress there, but we should have just about 2 cycles left. Let's go. Okay. She has a 5, he has a 3. She can't help. Well, I mean, she can, but I have a push too, so either way, we're gonna have some successes here. We can probably risk it for the biscuits with them. Oh no, he can do something here on this side, which is good. Nothing. Okay, just stress. He has enough to take a lot of stress here. There we go. Hers, she can't really do much, so I'll just put it on the risky side of things. Okay. I just needed like 1, because I can make this a success. Oh, come on. I'm gonna use these glitch dice. Come on. Dang, okay. I hope we get 1 more day. If we can just get 1 more day. That's it. We are leaving now. This is someone else's grave, not mine. So everyone's right, the risk is too high. We leave now. There's nothing left to say. The rage is too great to stay in land. Time is up. You take a moment, you look out. Dang it, we missed it. We were close too. You look out across the remains of Hexport. Countless lives changed by the actions of the few. You won't be sad to see that. I should have came here first though. The back of this place. What limited answers you have found here do little to reassure you that this will not happen again. You close your eyes, knowing that you will never wipe the image of a shattered Hexport from your mind. But for now, you must turn and face the future. Time to go. Oh, that sucks. Let's leave. There was not much to celebrate on your return from the remains of Hexport, but you were glad to be back here all the same. There was something surprising in that. Darkside as a haven, not a prison. The slowly occurring idea of this overgrown city as a home. As you have seen in Hexport, stability cannot be taken for granted, not anywhere in the belt. But Darkside has a solidity and life that feels like it might endure. Cadet catches up with you. We need to talk. She looks around, but not here. Come. I have something I want to show you. She leads you deep into the heart of the dark side through quiet corridors and bustling streets on paths you didn't know existed. As you glide after her, the station seems to grow in your mind, its possibilities multiplied by the routes that pass through it. Just through here, Cadet leads you across a covered bridge, the view on either side looking down caverns of lit units. This close to the center of Darkside, the air is warm and the passages are quiet. Here, Cadet smiles, this is the place. She points at a low and wide entrance with storage racks inside. Next door is a smaller unit with a window looking out to the passage. It seems like a workshop, perhaps abandoned or never finished. It is dusty and dark. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's abandoned. She glides inside and slaps a wall pad. Lights flicker on, illuminating a constellation of dust. She floats in the glittering specks. Looks promising? She laughs. Okay, I know it's a wreck, but it's a start. When we've been on Darkside, I've been coming out here. I just happened across it, but I knew when I found it. I want to start again, Sleeper. She knocks on the metal wall. This is where I'm going to make that start. What we saw in Hexport, what's left of it, just confirmed it to me. We can't stop Sinistat. As much as we want, we can't stop the war. She runs her finger along the storage racks. We have what? The drive? Our suspicions? Sinistat is vast. How could we pin this to them, even if we wanted to? She looks up at the workshop. I don't want to think about it anymore. I want to start again. I want to work, to ride my bike and courier packages till I fall into my bed at the end of the day with nothing left. Cadet picks up an old corroded tool from the racks. I want to build something here, in spite of everything, in spite of the fact that they could take it all away, because that's the point. To go on living without conceding, to go on building or trying to build something where we can find it. That's what I brought you here to understand, so you'd know why I'm letting this all go. I understand. You could do the same, you know. She frowns. We don't have to beat ourselves senseless against the truth. My old life is gone. Clearing my name on the far spindle doesn't matter. The Spindlejacks will have forgotten me, but this place? Doesn't know me at all. You know where the drive is, what it contains. You know what happened at Hexport. As her eyes shine in the workshop's lights. Take it from me. It's yours now. I can't carry this anymore. I will. She nods. Thank you. My travels are over. If you need to find me, I will be here. Thank you for all you've done, and I hope you can understand why I need to do this. And she turns and disappears deeper into the workshop. You cross the bridge again, dark side glowing on all sides. You think of the drive, buried deep in some compartment within the scatter yard's hub, filled with data worth destroying a station over. It is yours now, but you wonder as you cross back through the city, your mind racing, how can all this end well? Deal with the drive. Ooh. Cadet. What's this? She's busy setting up her new courier service and trying to forget the path that brought her here. Takes 4 cycles. Okay. I mean, we can wait while that's all happening. Let's fill up on fuel and food. What sucks is we can't get rid of these glitched dice. It's part of us now. So let us go and finish this up in Hexport. Alright, the workshops of Cadet's data scraper friend is just as the two of you left it. You remember the cycles you and Cadet spent in here, poring over that dark data, the strange fragments of the Jones Mine protest seated among the cold code. You find the drive where Cadet told you it would be, in a compartment under the padding of a bunk, lined with thick shielding that makes its contents undetectable. As you pull the drive out, the metal cold on your hands, you have a certain urge to smash it to pieces, this object which escaped Hexport when so many others didn't. When Sinistat, and it was Sinistat, you are sure of that now, decided to cover up what they've done, they'd first made sure that this drive would get out, that it would pass to the far spindle and onward. But something went wrong, some miscommunications or mistake, that's all it was, a tiny slip and it all fell apart. Now the drive is in your hands instead. You turn it over in your hands. You know the drive contains Conway access codes, control codes, and perhaps more. Besides, data of a great value, data that could win the war. You also know you were sick of thinking about it. I'm gonna take the drive. You slip the drive into a pocket and close up the workshop. You head back to the rig, and as you do, you turn the drive over in your pocket, unsure what the next step might be. As you glide towards the hub, you pass ship fitters and crews, all moving on their own vectors. It feels strange to carry the drive past these people, all of them totally unaware of the threat it might pose to them, to this station. Oh my gosh, it's him. I knew he was gonna pop up. Excuse me, a stranger stops you in the passage of the hand on your shoulder. Can I ask for your help with something? Their sudden appearance shakes you out of your thoughts. You quickly take your hand out of your pocket, off the drive. You look at the stranger in front of you. He is roughly dressed in a heavy coat, but he is otherwise unremarkable. You could have passed him many times before and not have known. I'm looking for something. He looks over his glasses at you. Little lost drive. Who are you? This matter concerns my client more than me. He leans back a little, his voice calm. So introductions won't be necessary, but the drive belongs to my client and he would be very happy to see it returned. Suddenly, something catches your eye, a set of dice, like those used to play Star and Stoker. The stranger's playing with them in one hand, turning them end over end in the station's microgravity. What's with the dice? The stranger looks down at them as if he had forgotten he was holding them. I must admit, I love to play games to pass the time. I enjoy the chaos of Star and Stoker, with its unpredictable shifts. He spins the floating dice. My brother, however, prefers the systematic progression of Tavla, with its inevitability. I suppose it runs in our family. But I won't bore you with childhood stories. Please, let's be direct. He gives you a friendly smile. My search for the drive brought me to the scatteryards, but from here the trail went cold. That was until you arrived. Then the trail lit back up again, just like that. The stranger moves his hand in his jacket pocket and you see a shape in there, a box-like impression in the fabric. My client never intended these events, you must understand. One of the other contractors proved to be overzealous in an attempt to conceal their mistakes. The result was a regrettable situation you saw in Hexport. But for all that to be for nothing, that would be a waste beyond the original act, piling insults on injury. There is much to be gained in a system desperate for peace, for the war to be ended, and wars tend to end when one side concedes. I don't believe you. The truth does not necessitate your belief in it. Only a few possible futures remain for the belt. My client will facilitate one of the better ones. That is why I'm here. But if you need additional persuasion, I am authorized to offer you 300 cryo as a reflection of your efforts. As the stranger smiles again, his tone never straying from its businesslike calm. I don't like him. Now, can you return my client's drive? The stranger's hand shifts in his jacket pocket. You have the feeling this is not a choice you can deny. Screw you! Break the drive. You grip the drive in your so hard the case starts to crack. You see the stranger's eyes flash a warning. You dash the drive against the metal wall of the passageway, splintering into 1,000 shards that pepper the two of you with cuts and scratches. The stranger shakes his head. A regrettable decision. You hold yourselves ready, expecting a retaliation, but it does not come. The stranger simply turns and clunks away down the passage, not willing to waste another word on you. Your transaction is complete. You head back to the rig, and as you do, a weight lifts with each corridor, each junction. As you board the transit shuttle that will take you to Marco's yard, back to the rig, you think of Hexport and what is left of that place. You will never forget what happened to the station, but you will not let it steer your future. Cadet refused to be sucked into that web of secrets, and now you refuse too. There will be no account of Senastat's crimes, there will be no reckoning, but there will be a life outside of the future they want for the belt. You know it. Refuse to hand over the drive from Hexport. Stranger danger! Hey, and we can fully fit out our character. Kind of wish there was an achievement for like filling that out, but it doesn't hurt to have like a fully loaded character. Cadet's workshop. The memories. The memories. Yep, we can get out of here though. Let's go. It's time to hit that reboot. That button. The big red button of all buttons. Also, I'm gonna probably also wait for Cadet 2. Doesn't look like there's anything else. I'm not gonna do this yet, so let me wait 2 cycles real quick just to see what Cadet does. I think this is like that's like the last thing, I believe. One more. I am so excited. I don't know what's going to happen. I should have started with that one first and I would have oh, wow. I wish I had 4. I would have definitely completed it. The game said, secrets must be kept. Here we go. Oh, nice. Oh, that's sweet. Cadet's dispatcher can't do every cycle, so she welcomes the help with directing stuff. Okay, I could do that just for some giggles. Just for some money that I don't need. That's nice. Okay, cool. So let's do the reboot. I think we should do this now. You need to be rebooted to have any chance of surviving, but the outcome is unclear. This step will mean big changes no matter what happens. let's also do that here on this one today. You turn Seraphine's coin over and over in your fingers as you stand in Flicker Row, crowds pushing past on their way to whatever future awaits them. Your fingers glide over the worn metal as you imagine Seraphine's have, Tala's have, in moments of anticipation. Perhaps others, before the coin came to be Tala's, have repeated the same ritual, the same nervous routine. But their fingers were human, born, not made. This intrusive thought makes you slip the coin into a pocket quickly, as if it had delivered a shock. You hear a hiss, and the door of the shop slides open, revealing Ankita. You see her eyes scan the crowd, almost defensively, before she spots you there and nods in your direction. Hey, Ankita. She looks around for a moment, then approaches you. She looks tired, but her stubborn ferocity bubbles under the surface. Bliss is waiting for you. She nods back towards the shop, which I guess is why you were hanging around out here. Nervous? Of course. She looks around the crowd. Look, Sleeper, if you want my advice, you have to find a way to keep up with yourself. Change is constant, but sometimes you can get left behind. She looks away, the signs of Flicker Row reflected in her eyes. I just remembered, I owe you an explanation. I promised to tell you why I wanted Tsubo out if we managed it. I guess I'm not very good with promises. Why did you? Ankita is still staring at the signs. I grew up here, Sleeper. Did you know that? She doesn't wait for an answer. After I came to the belt, after Bliss and I, she pauses, not wanting to say it. When I had nothing left, this is where I came. And when I got here, my home was gone, she grimaces. Those Usubo bastards had destroyed it, strangled the life out of it. I was looking for something to fight for on my own terms. Darkseid became that for me, she sighs. That's all you're getting. Promise kept. She looks over her shoulder. Look, Bliss wouldn't be happy if they saw me out here chatting at you when you're already late for your appointment, she smiles to herself. And I don't need more reasons for Bliss to be unhappy with me. She grabs you by the shoulders and steers you towards the shop's entrance. I'll catch you after. Don't you worry. She pushes you towards the door and then turns away and disappears into the lights of Flicker Row. You take a final moment and then will yourself inside, leaving the glimmering lights and the shifting crowd behind. Bliss is perched at a console. They turn as you enter. Finally, they smile weakly. You were making me think you wouldn't show. I saw Ankita. Oh yes. We're talking again. She has a lot to do and she needs the backup. I don't think Ankita does very well unless she's busy, so it's for the best. They shrug. I don't think she'll ever change, but people surprise you sometimes. They smile tentatively. Anyway, this is not what you're here for. We need to focus on the reboot. I'm sure Seraphine told you, but everything is ready. She gestures to 2 couches with straps, freshly built connectors, and a bundle of wires at one end. I hope it will be comfortable for you both. Where's Flint? Was just getting some air. Flint leans in the open doorway, watching you both. Their pale face looks even more drained of color than usual. Flint comes inside the shop and nods to you. Let's do this. They take a shaky breath. I'm ready. Flint and Bliss go silent, and the sound of the crowds outside filters gently into the room, mixing with the whine of the air cycler and the hum of the terminals. There's not much more to say. Bliss looks at you both. Okay. They pause. Let's begin. Bliss helps you and Flint onto your couches. You settle there and slide your arms and legs under straps that will keep you in place. The connector, with its thick bundle of wires, waves above your head. It is hard not to feel exposed, lying here on your back, anticipating what is to come. It is even harder when the memory of waking up to this very same ceiling with its bundles of dangling tech and scratch plating forces itself into your mind. You have been here before. Last time you woke up to fear and panic, woke to a desperate escape in a shattered mind. A reboot interrupted, the thought set you trembling. But then, staring up at the same ceiling, the trembling dissipates, and after all, you are back here now. That means you survived this crisis, grew from it. You took the hit and bounced back unbeaten. All good there? Bliss's face floats into your vision. All good. How about you, Flint? You turn your head to see Flint lying beside you, stiff and still. They manage a tight-lipped nod. Looking at Flint staring up the ceiling like you were a moment ago, you feel a rush of sympathy. After all, they haven't faced this before like you have. They are stepping into a future they cannot see. You have been here before. Now you are just completing the journey. Reach out to Flint. You raise an arm, reaching across the gap between the couches, and your hand touches Flint's. They do not look at you, but they grip your fingers in theirs tightly. I got you. My person. Flint, don't worry. I've been here before. Flint's fingers feel different to human fingers. The thick vinyl skin, the repair patches, the pressure of the metal skeleton beneath. You know this is what your touch feels like too, and that recognition is like a connection being made. You close your eyes and feel something flowing between the two of you. A solidarity so embodied that it reverberates within you.
I'm connecting you to the terminal. Bliss's voice already feels distant, lost in the noise. You feel the cold click of the connector, the sense of flowing data. I'll be here when you wake up. In the dark, you feel restless. You shuffle your fingers, adjust your position against the couch. It takes you a moment to notice the sound has gone. The rumble of the crowds, the hum of the machines. This detail unsettles you, so you search for reassurance. You think of Bliss's words. I'll be here when you wake up. You focus on them, on the possibility of waking up, of being somehow renewed. But what would that renewal look like? Your eyes blinking into the lights of Flicker Row, Bliss, Seraphim, and a renewed Flint beside you. But what then? I will say we travel. A line stretches out on the screen, a vector leading you ever onwards. Why stop now? But how far does that line stretch? What does it encompass? The beyond. The belt is just an edge, a stopping off point and a little more. A line could be drawn as far as anyone could imagine out here. And why not? The vector does not always know its end. Who will take you there? Eugen and the fraction drive. Eugen's fraction drive could extend the vector beyond all reason, extend it beyond what you can imagine. You anticipate the slow construction, the sourcing, the planning, all in service of that white-hot moment of escape. I knew his story would pop up. An image, Eugen reporting arrival in a new system, a trade station, vast, glittering, slowly growing in the cockpit, plans already growing, contracts, contacts, and trades, all stretched out ahead of you like threads, just waiting for you to choose which one to pull. You feel the rumble of the fraction drive in your body, and you can outrun anything, you know it. Then you feel it, the insistent pulling of a thread, the unraveling of your very self. The reboot comes on slow, and icy seeping into your mind. Little pieces of you flake off into the flow, fading with distance. You hear a voice, Bliss's voice, so far away now. You reach for it, stretch your very sense towards its familiar warmth. I'm starting the reboot. It is a whisper into the wind, pulled away from you the moment it is spoken. See you on the other side. All of a sudden, you wish you could make it stop. The incessant entropy of time, the tumbling of rocks through space, getting further apart every cycle, disappearing into the vacuum ahead. The decay of all cells, the degradation of code, the corrosion and rot and rust. You wish in this moment to freeze it all, so you might hang on to it, preserve the warmth, the light, the softness at the heart of things. This thought grips you, tears into you like fear. You feel the ice creeping in and know that everything will be lost, if not now, then mere moments away. But then you feel it, impossibly, Seraphim's coin, worn, smooth by worry, turning in your hand. Time has been pressed into that coin by hands, by fingers. It is a near infinite record of transient touches, each one shaping it in some small way. It is worn and worthless. It is bent and broken. And it is beautiful in all of those things. And so you press your thumb against it, your crooked, calloused thumb, again and again, because you are a broken thing, and you have nothing left but that brokenness, and the beauty that shines through it. And then somewhere nearby, a button is pressed, and all at once, one thing ends, and something new begins. Oh, that was good. Give it up for Jump Over Age. Give it up to Gareth Damian Martin. Really good. Love it. Loved all of it. I hope there's a third game. I just love that they actually came out with a second game. Love it. Thank you to the team who created this. Thank you to who all put their efforts and their aspirations into this game. It was a really good game. Community, that sense of community, even when your oppressors are all over you, even when hope feels like it's lost, we can still find solace in community. That's just what I take from the game. And no matter if we come from different places, different creeds, just supporting and loving one another at the end of the day is all it needs to do. That's all we have to do. But yeah, no, it was a really good game. Man. I would say like how it ended with Laine and then like kind of like the after was a little bit like, could have been a little bit stronger, but either way, I enjoyed this whole thing. I recommend this for anyone to go out and play it themselves and get more of the achievements and the endings if you can. But let's see if this brings us to anything. Finish rebooting your frame. Possible futures. That's good. Well, that was Citizen Sleeper 2. I am glad of everyone that came on the Twitch side of things and watched it live, or if you're on the YouTube side of things and been watching it ever since the beginning, even from Citizen Sleeper 1. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for everything in this endeavor. And I will be getting you a new game for y'all to chew on later this week. But this will be dropping on Monday. So hopefully you all enjoyed the end of Citizen Sleeper 2. And hey, leave a comment below on what you think happened after the sleeper woke up. Because now he's not sleeping anymore. He rebooted. But unfortunately, the future is open-ended because no one knows the future. But otherwise, yeah, leave a comment on the YouTube side of things. Follow me on the Twitch side of things for more content. We're going to be kind of doing some things differently from here on out, but I want to bring you the content that you all can enjoy and vibe to. But otherwise, thank you for the support. Thank you for everything you've done just to keep me going and just being creative during these times that we are living in right now. Otherwise, love you. From your favorite uncle, Uncle Burnsy.